There's one right there. Oh my God, what is that? If that is a crappie, son, we done hooked into a big one. Whatever hit that, hit it fast. I hope that's a crappie. Blowing back into my face. Right there's one. That does feel like a crappie right there. I bet you that is a crappie. Water's down a little bit, just barely enough to maybe get around through here. Beautiful day out here today. Fall day. Middle of November coming up here. We're going to see if we can catch a crappie. That's our mission today, is to catch a crappie. I think what I'm going to start off with today is this little white curly tail. It's still kind of early in the season, so the water has not really cooled off as far as it's going to, obviously. So it's still fairly warm. I'm guessing it's in the 60s probably low 60s. So the crappie are going to still be fairly active. So we're going to start off with this curly tail just so we can cover a little bit more water and see if they're out there. If we feel like maybe we might, catch a few, there's a few of them out there, we might mix it up a little bit here. Go over to one of our jigs, one of our hand-tied jigs. We got a bunch of those with us. So what I've got is this big float on here. It's weighted with water. All right, I got 8-pound test main monofilament line coming up to a swivel, which is stopping that float there. And then below that swivel, I got 4-pound test coming down to that curly tail. So that's about a 7-foot rod. I think that's a 7-foot rod. Let's see what that is. 7-foot medium spin. So we're going to be fishing just under 7 feet from the float down to the jig. So let's see what happens. Yeah, this is pretty good. I've got enough room to cast without casting into those rocks. Got the wind blowing in towards us here today, which could be good. So the idea with this float is that because it's weighted, it's going to give me a chance to really, right there felt like a bite right off of the bat. It's going to give me a chance to fling it out there pretty good. Something pecked that. So we got a chance to catch a crappie today. We could catch some yellow bass. Could be some skipjack in here. Could be some bluegill. We're going to focus on the crappie. But that float with that weight really makes it easy to really get it out there. And sometimes that can make the difference, getting out there. There was one right there. That was definitely a fish right there. Probably a bluegill, but that's a good sign though. If the bluegill are out there, that seagull, he's interested in my float. That's not what you want there, seagull. If the bluegill and the yellow bass are out there, a lot of times that'll mean the crappie are out there as well. I just hope we don't have too many of them dadgum skipjack out here. Skipjack can kind of mess you up a little bit if you get too many of them. They're hard on tackle. Just going to ease it back here with a steady retreat. A lot of birds out here. It's a real good sign for these seagulls out here. All the conditions are pretty well right to catch a crappie today. Feel pretty good about it. We'll use your back kind of slow, let it fall. There's a good cast right there. I got that one out there real far. And it should come back. There's one right there. Oh my God, what is that? If that is a crappie, son, we done hooked into a big one. Whatever hit that, hit it fast. I hope that's a crappie. Oh boy, I'm doubting that it is. That's just going to be too Too big for a crappie, I believe. It ain't come up out of the water yet. I'm guessing white bass, probably, maybe. I don't know. If it's a crappie, we've hooked into a big one here, my friends. I'll just tell you right now, we go past the decent with this one. He feels like a crappie. Look at that tug on that thing. Oh, we got a catfish. Got a catfish. They'll fool you. It's that time of year. Like I said, I was almost tempted to do a little catfishing. Man, I wish that would have been a big old crappie. These channel cats really fight hard. There we go. We got him. Mr. Channel cat. Well, they are slimy. A lot of pretty colors to him. He's a little talkative on this cold day. He's cold coming out of that chilly water. He didn't fight. He fought hard, but he fought kind of sluggish, more like a crappie fight. He fooled me. You fooled me, all right. I thought you was a crappie. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Plan was I was going to turn you loose, so let's go ahead and turn you loose here. There he goes. I've had pretty good luck on days like today where that wind is blowing back into my face. Right there's one. That does feel like a crappie right there. I bet you that is a crappie. If it is, it's a decent one. Now it could be another channel cat, but it does kind of feel like what I would call a better crappie. It's a crappie here, and it is a big old black crappie, looks like. Oh my goodness. Go easy with him here. Oh my God, look at that. Holy Moses. Look at the size of that, folks. Oh man. I had a feeling they might be in here today. It's just a little feeling I had they might be in here. He come up here and hit that white curly tail yum and just nailed it right there. Wow, look at that. Look at the size of that crappie right there. That is a beauty. Well, he just got water all over me. That is a nice one right there. That'll go on the stringer. That one will go on the stringer right there. And we do have a stringer with us. This old school stringer here. We are recording. Alright, this is a 12-inch ruler. 12-inch ruler. See, he's going to be right at 12, just a little bit more 12, probably more like 13. Because I got the mouth closed, he's pushed up. He's well over 12 inches. That is a nice black crappie right there. So let's see if we can get another one. Alright, this little curly tail yum still looks to be in pretty good shape. Just an unpainted head, gray head. It's probably a 1/16 of an ounce. Might be a 1/32. I think it's a 1/16 though. There you can see it going through the water. Looks pretty good. Obviously that big 12-inch plus black crappie seemed to like it pretty good. So maybe we get lucky and we can kind of duplicate that again with a bite right there, right off of the bat. Son, we got We got some activity out there. There's fish out there. And I do glad I got more of these little young curly tails in the vehicle there. There's one. See what we got this time. If this is a crappie, yeah, that feels like a better one. This will be number 2 if it is a crappie. Pretty decent tug to it there. I don't think he feels quite as big as that last one, but that is a big crappie though. I saw him come up out there. Another big black one. Look at that. Man, oh man, look at that. Not quite as big as that last one, but he's a keeper though. We'll measure him here to make sure. So right off the bat, we're getting into him pretty good right here. He might be a little bit small. Let's grab this little measuring stick right here. See what we got. Yeah, he's going to measure, he really probably technically is going to measure over 10, but since he's that close, I'm just going to turn him loose because I don't want to take any chances on my stick maybe not being exactly accurate. So we'll give him a little second chance at life. It's a pretty one here today, folks, on this beautiful fall day right here in Tennessee. Don't get no better than this right here. All right, Mr. Black Crappie, let's let you go back right here. There he is. See you, little buddy. Oh, now go on back. There he goes. What I'm doing is just easing it back fast enough to get that tail. Something just pecked it right there. To get that tail to move, and then I'm kind of stopping and letting it drop back down. You could do just a steady retrieve without the stop part. You just have to try to come up with a little rhythm or a pattern that they seem to be attracted to, and for some reason that slow start and then just let it fall real slow seems to trigger a bite. For me it does, so I do it quite a bit, particularly when the water's colder. Another method to kind of slow it down, because that curly tail kind of has to be going at a certain speed before that little tail gets that action going. So if you work it too slow, then you don't get the benefit of that little action on that curly tail. Okay, we got another one right here. Feels like a crappie. Can't tell how big he is. Sloshing around pretty good. Let's see if we got a keeper here. I don't think he's gonna quite be a keeper. We've changed jigs here. Went over to this little green jig with a pink head. Lost my little curly tail jig head. Yeah, he's not gonna make it, so we're gonna turn him loose right here. He's probably about 9 inches long, probably. There we go. That's number 3 for today. There you go, little buddy. There he goes. Well, we got a little bit of light left right here. So far, I got 3 crappie. Slowed down. I had caught those 3 really pretty quick, and then they got out of here. I just kind of got off of them, got off of the mojo or something. Tried some different baits. Went over to my little hand-tied hair jigs. I managed to catch one little crappie on a hair jig. Then I tried a little deeper. Then I lost one of my floats here. I'm using these clear floats. They're water weighted, and I lost one of those, which kind of sucks because I kind of like them. I can really fling them out there a long ways. So I'm back on this curly tail. I caught that big one on the curly tail and caught another 10-incher on a curly tail. So I'm going to try to finish up the evening here just working this curly tail. because I'm thinking since the water is still not real cold, it's going to be some shad around, so they're going to be keying in on shad colored stuff right here, I believe. Got one here. Hope it's a crappie. It's a good, oh, it's a good sized fish, whatever it is. If it's a crappie, it's definitely going to be a little bit better fish, I believe. It's coming in awful fast all of a sudden. Well, I don't know. It's a crappie. Yeah, what about that? I don't know if he's going to quite measure up, but I think he will. I'm pretty sure he's kind of close to measuring up here. Let's see what we can do right here. Oh boy, he just got me right there really good. Pretty little crappie right here at sunset. Look at them beautiful clouds right there. Got a few minutes of light left right here. I don't think he's going to measure up though. Too bad. I really wanted one more to go with that big one. No, he's going to measure. He's over 10. Yeah, he's over 10 right there. 10 1/4. I'm going to put him on the stringer with that other one. I probably could have kept that one that was about this same size, but I was just being a little bit cautious. But it looked like we were going to really get into them there for a minute, and then things kind of tapered off, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this smaller one. 2 on the stringer right there. A little bit of light left.